there's a wine shortage. It's because it's all in their studio right now. The days are growing longer, the golden rays of sunlight stretching farther into the Willamette Valley. And what better way to celebrate than by catching one in the glint of a wine glass?
Ah, yes, it is almost time to venture into the stunning Eola Amity Hills for Equinox, the premier wine festival happening this spring, March 15th at Zenith Vineyard, boasting more than 30 wineries and plenty of fun bites to pair with it. So joining us in studio with your rundown of all the fun, we have President of the Eola Amity Hills Wine Growers Association, Tim Ramey, and Equinox Committee Chair, Elle Holcomb. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. This really is one of the fun spring wine events to put on your calendar. So first, let's kind of set the stage. Elle, tell us about the Eola Amity AVA and what makes this area so wonderful for wine.
So the Eola Amity Hills AVA was formed in the fall of 2006. It is really home to esteemed wineries that are internationally owned, as well as rising stars and newcomers.
That's great. Okay, well, let's bring the camera in here to talk about what's being poured. Stephen, on our Steadicam, I don't know how you're going to get all these in one shot, but you got to do it for us.
Go exploring.
What are some of the wineries that are going to be pouring at this event?
There are 30 wineries pouring, and this is the creme de la creme. Some of the top folks from the AVA, or all the top folks from the AVA, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's fun to see, Tim. I'm looking here. I see bottles of red, white, bubbles. You know, you got your Pinot Noir, your Chardonnay. Really something for everybody out of this AVA.
Yeah, and bear in mind, we're going to pour like 60 wines, so this is a third of what we're pouring.
Oh my God. So if you can't find a glass you enjoy, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
you know?
that one's on you.
Yeah, gosh. Okay, it's really fun too, I think, to get all of these wineries together in a more collaborative way. It has to be fun for you guys too, to get to kind of see your friends and neighbors. What's it like to pull a festival together like this that really brings the whole AVA into the fold?
I mean, it's really incredible. It's probably the only time this year that you can all taste all of these wineries under one roof and be able to get a sense of all of the different expressions that you can find within the AVA.
Yeah.
Well, you need to have some food along the way.
That's right,
So
Nicole.
what's on the menu?
So we have 6 different local chefs that we've partnered with and catering companies. We have Joel Palmer House, Truffle Shuffle, Willoughby's Catering, and Wild Pear, as well as Cozy Taberna, and they'll be featuring food at our event paired nicely with these wines.
Yeah, so those are some really good spots.
It is
yeah,
truffle
good food.
season in the valley too, so that is perfect timing to have some of the truffles, the truffle shuffle, in on all the fun. What's the importance of keeping it local? Because I'm hearing all of these fantastic wineries, restaurants, things that we've had on the shows before that we've featured here on AM Extra. Why is that a priority for you guys to really bring some local biz in?
Well, it's easy to get folks to perhaps Dundee or Newburgh, because that's pretty close to Portland, but we want to bring folks down to the Eola Amity Hills. It's an hour. It's okay. You could do it. And what we want to focus on is this amazing selection of wines, but also some great food in the area too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Well, and with that drive in mind, you also have some special offers from nearby hotels if you want to make a whole weekend out of it. Tell us about that.
So the Grand Hotel in Salem and then Bella Colina B&B in Amity are our partnering hotel sponsors. They're providing shuttles and stays to the event as well.
Wonderful. That's great. What are the differences, kind of diving into the Eola Amity, the AVA in particular, what makes it stand out? Like, I mean, you have the other AVAs that are so close by. I kind of call them wine counties, right? Like you kind of have these dividing lines. What's different about Eola Amity compared to other AVAs in the region?
It's a great question, and we have a lot to brag about this year. Wine Spectator does this list every year, the top 100 wines of the world. We, Eola Amity Hills, which makes up 0.2% of the world of wine, got 3%. We got 3 of those top 100 slots.
Wow, what
So,
honors.
talking about punching above our weight.
Absolutely.
And Oregon in general got 6. So
Incredible.
Oregon is killing it.
Global superstars now.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, and one of the things that's so cool about all of the different sub-AVAs in the Willamette Valley, right? Because you got the Willamette Valley, that's your big AVA, and then within that region, you have each of these sub-AVAs like Eola Amity Hills. And you learn these different characteristics with wine kind of in each different spot. So what are some of the selling points of the wines in the Eola Amity AVA?
Well, so we have this geologic formation. I won't get too deep in the weeds, but
you can nerd out with us. I love it.
It's the Van Duzer corridor, and what's so special about our AVA is every day in the summer, it might be 90, it might be 95, but at 4 o'clock in the afternoon it starts blowing, and that daily temperature swing goes down 30 degrees from the peak to the trough.
That Van Duzer corridor getting that sea breeze in there,
right.
even though you're
inland. We're only like 30 miles from the ocean as the crow flies. So as hot air rises in the valley, it sucks in cold air from the ocean.
Yeah.
And that's really important for preserving acidity and balance and tannins in the wine. And frankly, that's our secret sauce.
You know,
fascinating.
Days in the sun, a nice cool sea breeze in the afternoon. If I were a grape, I'd be pretty happy. So I understand why they're loving
happy
it.
and you're not even a grape. So do you get the chance to talk to people at events like this, like Equinox, to have some of these questions where you can nerd out over wine and just learn more about how the grape is grown?
Yes, wineries and our winemakers and top winery representatives will be pouring these wines, and it's a really great way to have one-on-one time with them and be able to ask all the questions that you may have and hear their story and have them talk about their experience in their project.
Yeah, you connect with the wine and what's grown here, I think, a little bit differently when you get the chance to talk to the winemakers behind it. I love that.
And of course, proceeds from this event are going to benefit the Eola Amity Hills Wine Growers Association. What is that group working towards?
We're essentially a self-promoting group that's trying to promote the Eola Amity Hills and create greater recognition both here and globally.
It is very much one of those rising tide kind of things, right? It's fun to see all of the winemakers working together and really making Oregon wine just such a standout product.
And if you can't find something that you want to sip on, that is a you problem. You have your options here. It's great stuff. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you both for being here. And mark your calendars for Equinox. It's happening Saturday, March 15th, 6 to 9 p.m. You can get premier tickets and a whole extra hour to party if you want to roll in VIP at 5. Premier access tickets, $135. General admission is $85. You can find much more info on coin.com if you want to get your spring wine tasting on.
All right, well, speaking of